Check. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy. You already know who it is. If you don't know who it is, my name is Malcolm Dakar, and I do all types of things. This is Dakar Diaries number 5. Any Mambo number 5 fans out there, shout out to y'all. And actually, before I continue, I want to say shout out to everybody that's been watching my videos. I am super grateful for that. I believe it's like 60, views on one video, which, again, for how infrequently I post, I'm very grateful for that. And I was telling my homie the other day, it doesn't matter if it's 16 or 60. Like, if you had 16 or 10 or 6 people like in your crib, those 6 people like watch your video or came through to the party, even if it was only for a minute, like they came through. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to be more consistent and just really post like every day if I can. Anyways, thank y'all, appreciate y'all. Okay, Dakar Diaries. This is gonna be a little different because I know in the past I've just like talked in front of the camera like, duh, but I don't want to do that this time. I actually do have stuff that I need to do, and so I'm gonna try to do that while talking about just everything that's been going on recently. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna try to sit down for this or stay seated for this, just so I can stay within the camera. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully you're doing well. I know it's starting to get warm out for most of us, unless you live in like Alaska or something, I don't know. Shout out to all my people in Alaska. Shout out to my homegirl, she was born in Alaska, and her mom came through to the event. Shout out to her. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing in this video as I talk to you is cutting out, might even be able to see them on screen. I'm cutting out a bunch of these, I guess they're rectangles, you'd call them rectangles, and what I'm going to do with them is then sew them up like so, and then make a whole array of them. And then I was debating on this because I was going to do a video for this as well, and I was going to initially do a dress because I thought all of these pieces together would look really nice. I just like doing stuff like that, color blocking and everything. And so that's what I was gonna do. But as I was cutting these out, I was like, okay, I have like, a decent stack here. This is like a lot of the navy, but I feel like once I start sewing it up, you start to lose just lose areas, you know what I mean, as you sew up seam allowances and everything. And I didn't want to not have enough to make this dress. And I feel like, if I was to start getting into it and then I realized, I still have like a whole right side to finish, and I'd be pissed. But I was like, okay, so I'll just do a skirt or maybe multiple skirts, because I think I have enough to make multiple skirts. But then I was like, man, I really want to make this dress like it's just calling my name, I feel like. And so I think I'm going to try to do the dress. But I say all that to say I want to finish cutting out all the little rectangles that I need to cut out first. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing while I speak to you all. And so yeah, what's been going on with me is I am really currently debating on whether I should stay in Cleveland or go back to New York. I mean, honestly, I should have never left New York. Me and my friend, talked about it, about how I tend to give up pretty quickly, and I definitely do. I'm not debating that fact. I definitely do. Just based off of, when I was like younger and just like things not going my way, and I like really just gave up immediately. And so, into my adulthood, that's kind of carried over. And yeah, I definitely do that, and I don't ask for help. If I do ask for help, it's from just like a small source, and there's like a lot of people that would or could help me, but I just don't, open my mouth. And so yeah, I say all that to say that I'm debating because I know I should be in New York, but there's also opportunity here in Cleveland. Shout out to my brother Dan. He is opening a store, and if anybody knows of the area, Tremont, I believe that could be a really good thing. and he is also got invited to Complex Con, which is a huge thing. And so, there's opportunity for me to be a part of things in Cleveland, and so, I mean, really, I guess I'm not even debating. It's like, yeah, I should like just be in Cleveland and then try to, go back and forth like a lot of people do, because yeah, there are obviously opportunities in New York, and I have met people in New York that I want to try to maintain relationships with, and so yeah, it's really just gonna be about, really, it's gonna be about me buckling down, being disciplined about my career, and really taking this seriously, like getting up and clocking in type thing where I am putting in a serious 8 hours of work every day. I have not taken, I've not really taken that approach ever, because it's funny. I was talking to a friend and he was mentioning like recording your time, so like how much things cost, and it's like he was like, I feel like a lot of artists, they just like start working and it's just like, yeah, I'm just like doing my thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I literally just feel like I'm doing my thing, but I need to start accounting for those types of things, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so much for anybody watching and curious and interested. There, outside of making the art, there is so much that goes into, obviously running a business. And with this, what I'm doing, it's creating SKUs and line sheets, and putting stuff in inventory and making sure you're marking that, and obviously the emails, and then making sure you're reaching out, and the this, that, and the third, and all of those things I've kind of avoided because I just don't care for them. You know what I mean? Like, I care for this, making the art, wearing it and playing around with it and dress up and all that stuff. But everything else, yeah, it's kind of just like, ugh, I don't really want to do this. But I am tired of being broke, and I am tired of just not living the life that I know I should be living. And so yeah, we have to like kick it up a notch in that sense, which I'm excited about, because this is all things that I have been working for and working toward, and so I am very excited to be a part of these things, and to really start putting myself in like a new role of, like, I feel like, boss man, you know what I mean? Like, freaking handling some SKUs, man, that's some boss stuff right there, you feel me? Like, it really is like, you know, a whole nother thing. So yeah, like I said, I'm excited about that. I have also, like I said, I'm gonna be making a dress, and I have been getting into dressmaking. And I've done skirts before, but never really any dresses. I've only made one with my friend Jack before. Shout out to Jack. And yeah, this is like the first time I'm really doing it, and so I'm very excited for that, because I honestly believe I should have like done women's wear in the beginning, just based off of like my color palette, and the type of designs that I do and everything. And yeah, it's like a very exciting thing, because I think women are just like better in clothing. Like, they just make things more exciting and playful and just fun. Maybe because they don't have that like frame of masculinity like a lot of straight men do. So I'm just like very excited to really dive into that wholeheartedly. I think that would be very successful for me. And just based off of like in the past, and I've done markets and everything, just seeing like the type of people that are excited versus the type of people that aren't. Typically, it's the girlfriend that's coming up like, "Oh babe, look," and she has like this big smile on her face, and then the boyfriend just comes like, "Yeah, that's cool," like, you know what I mean, like, just like trying to play cool, whatever. But yeah, I've noticed and started to clock that as like, okay, yeah, I should be marketing more toward women, really, and just making smaller sizes in general, because to keep it a bean, uh, in the past, like I said, I didn't always have like the confidence, and I would. This is essentially like me giving up immediately, because I would make something, but I would make it in my size, because I didn't think anybody would actually buy it, and so I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna make this my size, so if nobody buys it, I can still wear it, or when nobody buys it, I can still wear it. But that really isn't the case, and people have obviously wanted my stuff, and yeah, not everyone is like 6 foot something with long arms and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, making things in normal people sizes is going to also be great for me. I think just making things in multiplicity will also be great because, you know, people will have more to choose from. I think just really if you have more to go off of, there's just more to work with, there's more opportunity and everything like that to like actually get it sold. You know what I'm saying? Like these one of ones that I'm doing are great, and I think they will continue to be great, especially as like people start to know me, and I'll be able to sell them easierly. But I will definitely say that yeah, just having things in multiplicity also is really sick too, and that's what I'm working toward. I'm still just a one-man rock band, and I don't really see like me getting the money to like fully invest in making things like from a manufacturer like right now. But yeah, I've always like strayed away from that, but it's definitely like the one of the only things that like makes sense is like yeah, just getting some getting somebody else to do this so I don't have to do it all the time. Still doing like my one of ones and everything, but yeah, it's just not a sustainable business plan for me to sit up here and do this all day, all the time. Even though I love doing it, I really do. I truly do. But yeah, it's just not the case. So that's what's been going on. I thought I was going to be talking for longer. I still have a lot to cut out. But yeah, just opportunity happening. I thought I fumbled an opportunity where I would have been able to get a nice chunk of money. I think that opportunity has come back around. And so I'm really just, hopefully that happens. If not, I'll just have to get a little gig for a little while just to save up and just be able to move out and really just start this thing all over again. I feel like I said, I never should have left New York, but I definitely learned some things, and you know, I'm understanding that, like I said, I just have to be disciplined, and I really have to like stop doing the shit I've been doing. I don't want to curse, but stop doing the stuff I have been doing, because it's just again not a sustainable thing. Like there's so much that I have to do in order to like make that next level and to make that leap. And you know, like I said, I don't have anybody else really around me that can like guide me or just help me in that sense. And so yeah, I really have to like buckle down and start taking this like really seriously, because like yeah, time is only continuing to move. You know, it's not stopping just because I'm like hesitant or anything. And so yeah, that's just for anybody listening out there. Like, you know, you have to just do the thing, and you have to continue to do it in multiplicity. You have to like straight up do it all the time, and then things just start to get easier. Like me making these videos, they used to give me so much anxiety because it was like, first off, I just started showing my face, and now you want me to talk, and now you want me to do all this, do all that. But it's like, you know, I was talking to my homie about it. I hate the C word, I'm not going to say it, but I consider this documentation, right? So like I'm going to look back on this, you know, 10 years, 5 years from now, and really just be like, wow, like I was like, this is me, you know what I mean? Like I was doing this, I was making these videos, I was making this thing, I was trying to live out the dream sort of thing. It's just like, that's a beautiful thing to be able to capture. And especially with like, I will give technology a little shout out. Like these cameras are, you know, absolutely amazing for like just personal use, you know what I mean? And so to be able to document ourselves in such a quality manner, I think is really important, and that should not be lost on anybody, like anybody, like whether you're a creative or not. But yeah, as a creative, like being able to look back on this, like I said, like a year from now, just even a year, a couple months, it's like, damn, like I was really doing it, you know what I mean? Like even if I only got 5 views, like I don't care, like I was like literally doing it. and I was in, you never know who you're inspiring. Like, I was taking a jog the other day, and I love when this happens because it's just like it pumps me up and it motivates me to keep going. But I was jogging and I saw another brother. He was like, I think he was walking, and then I think he saw me jogging, and then he was like, all right, like I gotta get into it. You know what I mean? And so then he started jogging, and like he's coming this way, I'm going that way. And so I give him a little thumbs up, like yeah, hell yeah, dude. And it's just like whether I don't want to say inspired him, but whether I got him to like start jogging as well. It's just like that thing is a thing that happens in life where, you know, you will be jogging and then somebody else driving or just passing you will see you jogging, and then they're like, man, I need to start jogging too. You know what I mean? Like, and it's that kind of thing. That's the reason why I do this. Like I really don't care to show my face. Like I'm not that type of guy that needs to be in front of the camera, but I understand like people are inspired by this and people are like, man, like he's doing this, man, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, or I could do this thing. And so it's just like, yeah, it's just pumping each other up and yeah, inspiring each other in any way that we can. Cause like I said, I definitely do it. Like I see people doing things. I was watching American Ninja Warrior the other day. Homie only had one leg, you know what I mean? He was going hard, like doing his thing, and I was like, man, like that shit is fire. You feel me? Like that is like really really cool, and it just motivates me to be like, what's your excuse? What's my excuse of like not getting up and not believing in myself and not living the dream that I have created for myself? You know what I mean? Like, why am I still so sad about this, that, and the third? Like, not on some like get over it type of thing, but just like, bro, like you got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm starting to be more grateful for just like I was saying about the American Ninja Warrior, like having like all your limbs. You know what I mean? Like not to say that can't like potentially will like slow you down, like, but it's just like even like losing like a pinky or just it's just like that could really like alter your entire life type of thing. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to get up in the morning on my own 2 feet type thing and yeah, just be able to jog if I want and really do anything that I want throughout my day. um, Even though I don't like make money, that's gonna change soon. But yeah, it's just being grateful for that and understanding that that is like an actual thing. And so yeah, what else? What else? What else? I talked about the opportunities in Cleveland. Talked about the dresses. I think honestly that's it. It's really just like women's wear, more documentation, really more discipline. You know what I mean? Buckling down and taking this whole thing seriously. I'm going to start drawing more. My homies say that I should start doing that more, and I know I should. And it's one of those things. Again, I tell myself I'm not good at it, so I shouldn't do it. But I actually am like decent for how much I don't draw, and I do think that you know what I think. I think the universe is telling me that in order to really succeed, I need to put all the creative things I was blessed with in the basket. You know what I mean? Like I can draw, and so I should draw more, and I should use those drawings and illustrations on my garments. And obviously, I know how to pattern make and make sew and everything like that. So it's like I need to put all those things in the basket and just make some really really cool stuff instead of like not believing that I am that guy and not believing like I'm just doing something that a lot of other people are doing. I don't think so. I try not to speak like that, like, oh yeah, I'm like, you know what I mean? But I really don't think like a lot of people are doing what I'm doing, and so I need to start to understand that a little more, and yeah, just like move accordingly, because I really sit up here and thinking like, yeah, like this isn't really nothing, this isn't really like good, but it is. And I think documenting everything is really important, because I'll look back, like I said, I'll look back a year from now, 5 years, whatever, and be like, damn, like that was cool. Like like that was like really really cool, the stuff I was doing. And so yeah, if you don't document that, you just maybe forget or start to lose sight on that. And so like I said, I think documenting yourself is really important. Even if you don't post it, you don't really need to post it, but I think documenting it, putting it on a hard drive, something like that, is just important because yeah, like we're gonna look back on this and be like, yo, like we were really doing it, like we were just doing our thing, and I think that's really cool to do. And so yeah, I think that is all that I really needed to chat about. As far as that goes, I'm not going to talk about other stuff, just sort of keep it fashion and art related. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you are creating out there and feeling good about it and not feeling like stressed at all about anything. But yeah, just keep creating, and thank you again for all the views. I am going to try to be more consistent and try to post as often as I can. And thank you guys. I know people say like and subscribe and comment. Definitely comment because you guys just don't be talking to me, and I'll just be like, "Yo, what's good?" But I feel like I might need to earn that as well, so that's cool too. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe, do all those things that will hopefully lead me to success. And until the next video, peace.